I've been told Mr. VK Singh, Additional Secretary, he will also be joining, sir.
Okay, fine. You have Sushmita lined up all the people who need to ask questions, now 4 to 5 people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we did.
इसका जीएसटी का क्या इम्पैक्ट लग रहा है जी, जो 5 to 12% हुआ है?
अभी हुआ नहीं है, होने से तो देखिए खराब ही है. It will lead to inflation for the common man. So garments सीधा 7% rate will go up. So we are hoping the government has only mentioned correction of inverted duty structure. तो पहले 5 से 12 का था, but hopefully there will be some thought around it. So we will of course secretary साहब से भी mention करेंगे कि भाई this is an issue for the industry, because a lot of good announcements have come in the last couple of months pro industry. Very positive. I had an interaction with honorable minister after he became took up the textile portfolio on a Zoom session. So there also there was a lot of positivity, and I'm hearing a lot of good things coming out from the department on how they are monitoring exports. खासकर exports पे बहुत बड़ा focus है.
Main focus वहीं पे.
Especially on man-made fibers, export there's a huge focus. And
I'm sure with the new
EPCs are
leadership.
telling me, yes, and ये बहुत fast decision लेने वाले हैं. So,
एकदम.
So we have had anyway a lot of good things. ICC has had a lot of good interactions with honorable minister. So I think so.
अपना भी इंटरेक्शन दिल्ली पे चेंबर को भी इनवाइट किए थे ना दिल्ली में लास्ट मंथ.
हाँ
फोकस को लेकर ही.
राइट.
एक्सपोर्ट्स में आप लोगों को मूवमेंट दिख रहा है क्या? गुड मूवमेंट अदर देन यान, मतलब on the side and all?
Exports is just normal. I won't say good. अभी तो सभी कुछ this is normally lean period for everything, including yarn also. So everything picks up again from October. तो अभी तो थोड़ा lean ही चल रहा है सब जगह ही, चाहे डोमेस्टिक हो वो. या
अरोड़ा जी, आपका क्या आउटलुक है? आप म्यूट में हैं शायद. You're not audible.
I think नेटवर्क में कुछ इशू है उनके.
We'll be just starting, I think so. Additional Joint Secretary Mr. VK Singh will be joining us any moment. So we'll start the session, and Honorable Secretary will join after a few minutes. He's still stuck in a meeting.
Sure. Absolutely. I think we can start.
Good afternoon, all. We extend a warm welcome to all esteemed guests, the ICC Textile Committee members, participants, and viewers, and all who watching the program live on Facebook. Um, we are happy that the interactive session with Mr. UP Singh has been planned today, and since the secretary has informed us that he will be joining a little late, we are now being joined by Mr. VK Singh, the additional secretary, Ministry of Textiles. May I now invite Mr. Vikas Agarwal, President ICC, to kindly deliver the welcome address, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed my pleasure and honor to welcome Mr. Upendra Prasad Singh, Secretary, Ministry of Textiles, Government of India, and Mr. VK Singh, IAS, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Textiles, at the interactive session organized by Indian Chamber of Commerce today. I would also like to extend a very warm welcome to all the dignitaries present. It is our privilege to interact with Mr. Singh, a renowned bureaucrat who is joining us very soon, who has an in-depth knowledge about various industries, including water resources, finance, steel, and transportation. As Secretary Textiles, he is involved in policy making and development of the country's textile industry. Textile sector is important to India's $313 billion merchandise exports, as it accounts for around 11% of the pie. The sector is also a significant employer generator. Given its economic importance, the government has announced a slew of measures, including setting up 7 mega textile parks, as well as inclusion of the sector for allocations under the PLI scheme, which is expected to attract fresh investments of Rs 19,000 crores in 5 years, and an additional employment of more than 7 lakh jobs, particularly in the man-made fiber and technical textile segment. The center has also announced the rates of RoDTEP scheme, fulfilling the long-awaited and pending demand of the Indian textile exporters, were not covered under the RoSTCL scheme. Sir, while the recent measures are clearly a game changer and will boost exports, the sector is facing structural issues, primarily unequal competition with countries such as Bangladesh and Vietnam due to its trade agreements in key markets. ICC and the textile players are of the view that favorable trade agreements with key markets such as United Kingdom, European Union, and the United States will help India increase textile exports to $100 billion at the earliest from the present $33 billion. In fact, the collective resolve of the ministry and the industry will assist India to achieve the target of $44 billion of textile and apparel exports in 2021-22. With these few words, I thank Mr. Singh, Mr. VK Singh, once again for his august presence to address the ICC gathering, and look forward to listen to his wealth of wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now invite Mr. Sanjay Jain, the chairman of the ICC National Expert Committee, to kindly deliver the theme address.
A warm welcome to all dignitaries, delegates, participants present here, and a very, very special thanks to Mr. Singh, both Mr. Singhs, our textile secretary, and Mr. VK Singh, our additional secretary, who I also had an opportunity to talk a few days back, Mr. Singh, if you remember, regarding PLI. So we are superbly excited about the landscape and scenario change, which we are seeing happening very fast, specifically to the textile industry, sir. And there were some things which I have been involved with the textile industry, representing with the government, state and center for many years. And I am seeing a very notable difference which is happening now, sir. Man-made fibers, as we all know, has been something where India has been lagging behind. Globally, 70% of the total textiles is driven by man-made fiber-based textiles and garments, while 30% is by cotton. India has almost a reverse ratio of 40-60 approximately, 60% cotton and 40% man-made fibers. I very clearly see we have been demanding for a long time, and I'm very happy to see that anti-dumping duty on the two basic raw materials. That was PTA, which happened historically in the budget earlier, and secondly, viscose staple fiber. Because we all know if you need to build an industry, if you need to be competitive advantage, your raw material has to be competitively available. Cotton India has always had an advantage because of homegrown cotton, and that is the reason why we have seen cotton having a preeminence over man-made fiber. I see this changing, and I think so it's a very welcome change, because if India wants to be a global power, if we need to take more share from other countries and specifically from China, who is slowly receding, they're giving away their market share for a variety of reasons. It was very important that we create a competitive man-made fiber-based industry. Another very welcome announcement which happened is PLI, production list incentive. And this is very important because it's a clear focus on creating global scales in the man-made fiber segment. So we have global giants, global players who can compete with the best efficiencies globally. Because Indian growth, of course, is going to grow at its own pace. There's a limitation. We can't see overnight steep growth. But if the industry needs to progress, we obviously need to see us taking more share globally, becoming more competitive exports. I'll also share a small secret with the participants. It's not only announcements which are happening. The government is pushing for export targets. They've set a much more, we have been staggering our textile and clothing exports have been around 33 to 36, $37 billion for the last few years. But now there we are clearly, the government has set a target of over 40 billion plus. And full efforts have been made to ensure monthly tracking is happening. I know from EPCs that monthly they say we need to report whether we are on track or not. I think so that is very important, because it's not only policy, but the intent and the push of the government also allows we as industry people to be running faster rather than just walking along. RODTEP, which our Honorable President mentioned, I think so the game changer is not just the rates which have come. The game changer is the mindset which has changed, acknowledging that export of taxes will not be done. No export of goods are going to carry any burden of taxes. And that is exactly what RODTEP has done. All taxes which drawback was not covering, like electricity duty, excise on diesel, petrol, fertilizers, etc., have been covered here, whether they were being levied by the state or central. I would specifically like to thank the government for this superb move, because this gives us confidence that apart from market access, which our president mentioned, which I know again our honorable minister and the whole commerce ministry is working very hard to get quick, fast track the FTAs. Maybe EU may be more difficult, but from what I understand, UK, Canada, Australia, and GCC are some of them which are being pushed very hard. And I'm sure that is also going to give us access to a much larger market and will give us strength to expand our capacities. I would now, while we wait for our Honorable Textile Secretary, Mr. VK Singh is with us, and I know he's been championing PLI, and everyone has a lot of doubts and questions around PLI. While Mr. Singh, I would like to invite you to enlighten us specifically. We, from the industry, had one concern, though I know the whole notification has not come, but from whatever we have read, that's 100 crores for the garment and apparel industry investment just for man-made fiber, where 85% plus will be polyester content, is going to be steep. And even the larger MSMEs will find it difficult to set up these capacities, sir. So though I know you would be aware, our request would still be with you if it can be modified to 50 crores. I would love to hear from you more of how we can use it as an industry. Thank you, sir. And I'd like to invite Mr. VK Singh.
Yeah. Good
Yes,
afternoon.
sir.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope I am audible.
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Jain, for an excellent, basically introduction for the whatever work we have been doing in Ministry of Textile in recent times. I think definitely it's a change from the usual working which the ministry used to concentrate most of the time on public sector units and some other distributed value chain of the textile industry, maybe handloom, maybe powerloom, or maybe something. So this is the first time I think after a long gap that we have been able to focusing on the large scale industry in a big way. That is one thing that ultimately the jobs will come through this model also. We don't have to leave, since textile is such a versatile field, so many diverse types of textile is available, so that one has all the lot of work in each segment. So this time we are focused on this large industry segment which will provide job. That is the belief. And I'm very happy to speak to the chamber, Eastern Chamber. Basically, I always wondered, Kolkata was supposed to be the Hojri capital, but a village in South India, Tirupur, which started from a village, has now around 40,000 crore worth exports. So we have to have a look at that. Why we can't in the Eastern India can do something like that? There's a lot of there was a conference of exporters, and we found that most of the exporters were now talking that we are finding difficult to scale up because the workers are not available in that number. Tirupur doesn't have residential accommodation to get more workers because they are depending heavily on the migrant workers. So there is an opportunity for Eastern India. You are very close to Bangladesh, which has shown proven the skill set basically required for garment manufacturing, and this area from Bengal and all adjoining area can create the same thing. I think it can create another more Bangladesh type of business in this region if you people take proper lead, and you have to take the lead basically. So that's why I am very happy to be speaking to you on this issue. I will not repeat the thing which might be known to everybody, like the PLI, 2 scales of investment and all. Initially, we also had that idea of having a smaller investment threshold, but since we have been asked by the Niti Aayog and other, because we basically consult for our schemes to other departments, that we have to encourage people, we have to nudge people to join together. So I went to Chennai for a PLI conference only, and we found 6-7 people telling that okay, we can do 60 crore investment, but not 100 crore. And then we discussed. I told them that why don't you both of you join? 2 of you, you will be able to do 120 crore investment. So we have to learn to work with our amongst us only. I think the earlier style of working in a close, isolated fashion in an individualistic manner may not work. But if we join together, a couple of people, 2, 3, 4 people, we can achieve scales very fast. So that is one idea. It may be difficult for one person to invest 100 crore, but 2, 3 firms join, they can do it. You can share the whole thing. Now we have a very formalized economic system. We have new company act. Things can be managed. It's not difficult to do that. So that is the one way I look at that. So basically PLI and 85% plus means that you can have other fiber also in between, because the largest traded apparel contains this specification. So this is the top globally traded apparel has this thing. So there's a huge market available. So I don't see any reason why Kolkata, why the Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha join together cannot create huge benefit out of this PLI scheme, because PLI scheme is a very different type of thing, that it's a time-bound scheme. You have to perform, and the benefit, which is quite liberal, is available to you, and any other benefit which you can get from the state government through their policies or ROSCTL, ROTTEP, they are also available. So if you build all those things, there's a huge incentive for going, and you have reasonably well skilled worker available in that region. Only I think you have to start some activity and things will fall in place. That is, and if any other assistance, any other thing is required, we are going to be there, always there from the government side. The next scheme which we are looking at is that Mitra, and we hope that some eastern state will also participate. So that will give a scale, and we will hope that jointly with PLI Mitra, we will be able to produce big, large scale global champion. That is the desire which government has. So this is the PLI thing. But if you have any specific doubt, I am here to clarify that.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. I had a couple of questions which have come to me from participants, sir, which I would like to share with you. First issue is, sir, in PLI, sir, most of us, because we are basically a cotton dominant industry, and in Eastern India, the cotton dominance is even more because hosiery per se, being innerwear, sir, is basically cotton prominent. We are doing some viscose, etc., but definitely not looking at anything polyester above 50%, even for knitted outerwear, sir. So making a product in a country, a summer country, tropical country like India, at 85% plus polyester is something which will not really go well with the consumer, sir. That's just one point, sir. Secondly, sir, you made a very valid point about doing collaborations and JVs, sir. But, sir, honestly, being in business, sir, it is extraordinarily difficult, sir, to do JVs. And rather than the project starting up, sir, it will even getting bankability becomes difficult, sir. So I would, at least for apparel, sir, I understand for other things it's not, because apparel, the capital turnover ratio, sir, is much higher than other portions, segments of the industry, sir. So honestly, sir, and Eastern India being a country, segment of MSMEs, hardly there are any giants who can look on their balance sheet to do 100 crore projects, sir. It will really not, I'll be very honest and candid with you, sir. In eastern part of India, it will be very difficult for PLI, though we have a port, though we have labor, it's definitely Bengal has everything that is needed, sir, to really, really grow at a fast pace, sir. Also, sir, on this Mitra scheme, sir, though I know you are not looking at it, sir, but we already have a hosiery park, which is complete and some construction has started, sir. So just request, Mr. Pradeep Arora is with us, sir. He is looking after that hosiery park, because unless we have one park which is up and running, it doesn't give confidence for new parks to come in the country, sir. Mr. Pradeep, would you like to just share?
आप लोगों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मुझे बुलाने के लिए। एक बात कहना चाहूंगा कि जो अभी बात हो रही थी कि किस तरह से ईस्टर्न रीजन जो है वो पीछे थोड़ा छूट गया है, वो जो कारण थे वो खत्म हो चुके हैं। वो दोज फैक्टर्स आर नॉट देयर एंड नाउ सिवाय इसके कि हमारा एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर यहाँ तैयार हो जाए, तो इतना बड़ा पार्क जो कि 300 बीघा हम लोग के जो है वो प्रोजेक्ट पे दिया गया है, और एक बार वहां का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर तैयार होगा तो इवन जो लोकल प्लस दी एक्सपोर्ट, हमारे एक्सपोर्ट की जो कैपेसिटी है, क्योंकि अभी तक जो हमारा डेवलपमेंट हुआ था वो सब एकदम बिल्कुल छोटे छोटे अलग अलग टूटे टूटे हिस्सों में था। अब एक एरिया के अंदर हमारा जब पूरा का पूरा पार्क डेवलप हो रहा है 125 एकड़ में, दैट विल ब्रिंग अ सी चेंज इन द सिचुएशन। तो ईस्टर्न रीजन की जो एक ग्लोरी कही है, जो एक इनर गारमेंट के लिए भी जो चीज चाहिए वो अगर यहाँ तैयार हो जाती है, हमारा वो पार्क बिल्कुल बनकर तैयार है। 4 कंपनियों के बिल्कुल वहाँ बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट जो है, लक्स का, डॉलर का, कोठारी जी का, हमारे स्टैंडर्ड डिजाइन ग्राउंड +1 तैयार हो चुकी हैं। और हम लोग के कुछ वो कॉस्ट जो बढ़े हैं, कुछ एक हम लोग की वो पेमेंट भी वो ड्यू MOT में पेंडिंग पड़ी हुई है। तो एक ये पार्क बनते ही जो पूरा जो एक कुछ तो रिलोकेट होंगे और जो एक्सपेंशन होगा, तो बंगाल की जो आप बात करते हैं कि ग्लोरी वो जहां खत्म हुई थी, वो समझ लीजिए हो। जहां तक कॉटन का सवाल है, ठीक कहा कि हम बात करेंगे सिर्फ जो हमारा एक्सपर्टीज है उसमें, तो वो पार्क की जहां बुनियाद हम लोग सिर्फ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो वहां तैयार करके दे, उससे जो एक बहुत बड़ा परिवर्तन यहाँ की इंडस्ट्री में आने वाला है। आज की स्थिति भी बता दूं कि जो बड़े बड़े ब्रांड हैं हिंदुस्तान के, वो कैलकाटा बेस्ड ही हैं। रूपा, लक्स, अमूल, डॉलर, टीटी, कोठारी, जीरो, ये सारे कलकत्ता से हैं। और अगर पूरे हिंदुस्तान में, जैसे बच्चों के लिए, कपड़ों के लिए, होजरी के लिए भी आज कलकत्ता मशहूर है, अगर पूरे हिंदुस्तान में किसी को बच्चों का माल बेचना है तो वो आपको कलकत्ते से लेना पड़ेगा, तब होगा। तो ये जो हमारा इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर यहाँ तैयार हो जाता है, उसके लिए जो सहयोग हमको एमओटी से मिलेगा, क्योंकि जो खाली सिर्फ जो एनवायरनमेंट के जो क्लॉजेस थे उसकी वजह से हमको जो कॉस्ट में एस्केलेशन हुआ है, वो अगर हम लोग को जल्दी वहां से रिलीज हो जाता है तो हमारा काम और आसान हो जाएगा।
हाँ।
तो बंगाल का जहां तक सवाल है, 125 साल पहले जो इंडस्ट्री तैयार हुई वो आज भी होने के कगार पे है, सिवाय थोड़े से सहयोग की जरूरत है। बाकी जो नॉन कॉटन है या दूसरी चीजें हैं, उसके लिए पूरा हिंदुस्तान भी, यहाँ भी लोग करना चाहें बिल्कुल करें, लेकिन होजरी की जो पूरी उम्मीदें हैं वो पूरी यहाँ से हो जाएंगी। विद इन नेक्स्ट 2 years it will bring a sea change in the production of hosiery items. Thank you.
I would request all people who are speaking or asking questions to please keep it in English, because I got a couple of messages. We have people from South India. ICC is headquartered in Calcutta, but we are a national chamber.
Hello.
Mr. Just a minute, Mr. Singh is on the phone.
बोल देंगे।
एक मिनट आपका ले लूं, क्योंकि पीछे मैंने हिंदी पखवाड़ा देखा, इसलिए मैंने हिंदी में ज्यादा बात की।
कोई बात नहीं, कोई बात
No issues.
नहीं जिसको ये पार्क की एग्जैक्ट अफेयर से मैं नहीं, मुझे नहीं पता है, क्योंकि मैं उससे डील नहीं करता हूँ डायरेक्टली, लेकिन मैं पता कर लूंगा। लेकिन हमारे सेक्रेटरी साहब का काफी जेनरस सा अप्रोच है। वी आर वेरी कीन, एंड फॉर ईस्टर्न इंडिया पार्क्स वी विल डू सम स्पेशल डिस्पेंसेशन आल्सो टू कंप्लीट इट, बिकॉज यहाँ जरूरी है एक न्यूक्लियस को क्रिएट करना। आप अरोड़ा साहब, आपकी बात सही है, उसको हम भी पता करके आपको बताएंगे क्या हो सकता है इसमें।
Second,
sir, ये रिक्वेस्ट आईसीसी से,
Mr.
ये
Singh,
रिक्वेस्ट आईसीसी से, सर जी, सर ये रिक्वेस्ट आईसीसी से हम लोग ऑनरेबल मिनिस्टर पीयूष जी से मिले थे लास्ट मंथ, तो पर्सनली भी हम लोग ये रिक्वेस्ट किए थे, तो ही एश्योर्ड अस कि वी विल लुक इनटू इट एंड रिवर्ट। तो काफी दिन से चल रहा है। इट इज अ काइंड रिक्वेस्ट फ्रॉम वेस्ट बंगाल इंडस्ट्री टू प्लीज लुक इनटू सेम, सर।
No, we will have a look.
Yes, thank you, sir.
Mr.
Maybe
Singh,
now,
another thing, Sushmita, one thing, then you can take the other questions. ये सर अभी जो जीएसटी काउंसिल ने जो अनाउंस किया है that inverted duty structure will be corrected for the textile industry from effect of 1st January. सर इससे इंडस्ट्री में बहुत खलबली मच गई है सर. There is a lot of chaos because many people, though no rates have been announced, it is being assumed or presumed that probably cotton-based garments below 1,000 rupees will go up from 5% to 12%, sir. Sir, the whole logic of keeping GST in two parts, sir, above 1,000 rupees at 12% and below 1,000 rupees at 5% for garments was that the common man's garments are kept relatively cheaper. Sir, this will lead to a clean 7% one-shot inflation for garments, sir. So I just wanted to, so you can take note, sir, of this big worry for the industry. Though we have a few months, we'll need textile industry support, ministry support to represent to GST Council that below 1,000 rupees garments, sir, should be maintained at 5%, sir.
Especially for MSMEs, sir, it will be really helpful.
Because,
okay, we'll take note of this.
Yeah, because the manufacturers and suppliers of this are also, sir, MSMEs. So not only will the common man suffer, sir, the MSMEs who are suppliers, because they normally supply at the lower end of the chain, sir, they both will suffer, sir. Sushmita, now can you please raise the other question?
may we now invite Mr. J.B. Pani, the chairman ICC Odisha chapter, to kindly share your views, sir. Mr. J.B. Pani.
I don't
Yeah,
see Mr.
thank you.
Srinivas.
Thank you. I've been here.
Yeah, okay, please.
No, thank you. I don't have any questions to ask. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Maybe now, request Ms. Chaitali Das, the entrepreneur, social entrepreneur, and managing director, Rakshak Foundation, to kindly share your views. And we understand you have some representations as well. Chaitali, can you have it?
Yeah. Good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Please go ahead.
Okay. So I just take the opportunity to introduce myself as a social entrepreneur. I come from a business family and a business entity, but actually I'm more recognized as a social entrepreneur, and I'm also a voice of the voiceless and the downtrodden. So my actually humble request, I have two submissions to make to the Honorable Secretary here. One is that we are inspired by the Honorable Prime Minister, his announcement recently making that celebrating the 5th independence of India and showcasing and presenting it all across the globe, our heritage and culture. We also portrayed along with the cultural programs. So this is an opportunity where we can definitely tie up initiative and taking ahead this initiative of presentation. So this is actually textile culture and our heritage. Actually, this is a very integral part and which can go together. So this is one. The second one is that I was just hearing about the park that was mentioned earlier. So now I have a suggestion that amidst this pandemic, and we are hearing that our jute mills, one after another, are closing down, and so many people losing their jobs. So I just want to suggest and make BNDM, that is National Jute Manufacturing Associations, is having many mills. One is in Khardao, the other one is in Kinisan, working for from 2014 onwards, and more than like 20,000 people are jobless. So I just want to make us as a jute, the way I'm known. So how about just reviving one jute mill to just start a pilot project, maybe a 10% operation if we can just start. So that will be really good. And we can actually, since there is a huge land bank also attached to it, like 51 acres kind of a thing. So we can also have a eco hub with the ecotourism. And we can also showcase Bengal. We can make it a museum. We can make a tourism. We can attract artisans. We can make a hub. So this is my humble suggestion and a submission to make.
Thank you very much. I could not hear your first suggestion. The second one I have heard, but can you repeat the first one, because there was some issue in the sound.
Okay, I just want to repeat that inspired by the Honorable Prime Minister of celebrating the independence of Amrit, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So this is across the globe where there is a celebration. Now, sir, I just want to say that textile, our weavers, our artisans, and culture, heritage. So these are very integral part which can go very well. And this is supposed to be like we can actually showcase all across the globe, and we can have a fashion show showcasing our textile like Katha of Bengal. We can have our Jamdani, we can have our jute. So these are various, we can have a Mahotsav and we can celebrate.
Yeah, now
because the
I got
growth
it.
kind of with the ambassadors.
Yeah, thank
And,
you very much for the suggestion. Basically, so many events are happening on the basis of handloom and our handicraft, legacy, traditional art and culture. So I will request you to get in touch with our development commissioner, handloom and development commissioners, handicraft, their establishment. So they are already planning something, and we will also let you know that what are the event which one can associate with. Regarding the revival of the jute industry, there is a policy for a sick PSU to be handled. So we will have to take care of that, but ultimately those land will become available for alternative project. It will happen with the collaboration of the state government and the ministry also. So your idea, we will keep it in mind while we do something for the NJMC mills. Thank you very much.
Sir, I just have prepared a dossier. I'll be very happy to present it through ICC committee.
Okay, you can send that dossier. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we have Shweta Chaudhary from Frontier? Shweta, your question.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Shweta. We are a technical garment industry from West Bengal, from Calcutta. Sir, I have some questions. I mean, if we look at if we compare India with Bangladesh itself, Bangladesh, sir, in 7 years have grown 79%. And the reason behind from $19 billion to 34 billion, industry, there have been a lot of support from the government. So I feel that we need your support in these areas when we even talk about technical textiles out here. Even for certain taxes and all, I mean, Bangladesh is supported with corporate tax at 12% and for a green factory, 10%. Special exemptions are given, for electricity, waters, for using for manufacturing. So, and that is the reason why they have grown up. So why can't India do that to, boost all the garment industries today? I'm not just talking about technical. I'm talking about all the industries today in India. Why are we lacking behind? So India has got full potential to grow, but we are not getting enough. If today I need to invest in we are pushing technical industry, but we need the support for the machinery, sir. The TUF is hardly, it's not, something which it takes a lot of, it's a cumbersome, it takes time taking, it's a cumbersome thing happening. There should be some policies by the government which should support that. Yes, if we are investing in machinery for growth, we should be allowed some kind of subsidy immediately and some kind of capital investment supported by the government, sir. So there's a huge potential, but we all are lacking behind in India because of all that. So many processes, even the interest rate, when we go to a bank, the bank talks about, sir, okay, last 2 years was pandemic. Why is your, growth ratio less? Okay, your growth ratio is less, so, but we will be charging you an interest of, 9 to 11%. So there is no support. Bangladesh is giving an effective rate of borrowing from pandemic 4 to 4.5%. They are charging interest rates. I may be wrong in some figures, but that is how the support is there.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. Basically, I agree with you that there are certain regions that we have not been able to capitalize on the garment trade thing. But there are certain regions which are under our control, which our policies can do. But there are certain regions like Bangladesh being the least developed country grouping. They get custom duty-free entry in the Europe and several countries. So that is one thing which we are not able to get. So that hurts our exports to some extent. But apart that, the the interest rate and other subsidy, other assistance, also there might be some difference. But if there is some marked difference, I would like to get a tabular representation from the chamber if it is, because our belief is that it's not much different. But the tough has some problem in recent times. But I hope, do you have any problem regarding tough? We will sort it out, but we are now expediting it. We are reforming the system and make it quicker delivery of the assistance under the new version of the tough. That is happening. So, but certain policies which we have taken recently, they are also going to help. Like the internationally competitive prices for the raw material was not available. Bangladesh imports most of the material, the fabric and all from other countries to duty free. And they add value by making garmenting and all. So since we have fabric manufacturing in India, even the raw material manufacturing in India, so we don't encourage people to bring things from outside. Rather, there used to be anti-dumping duty, heavy duty. So now those things have gone. So things are falling in place. You will see some difference happening in this.
Sir, may I ask you in tough, sir, it is actually a very, very big issue today. Sir, I mean, it's in tough, it is told that, first the bank has to sanction a loan, and if that is a lengthy process, by the time we try to get the machinery, I mean, the industry suffers. It is only if the bank gives you the loan, then we are allowed to invest, then only the tough will be, this is a lengthy procedure. It just keeps on dragging on, sir. We are not able to invest. We are not able to utilize our time in the right method. I mean, if the government supports in, capital machinery and all, there could be a long way ahead, sir.
So you want that there should be no bank finance mandate for the tough projects. You were saying like that.
Yeah, I mean, some kind of subsidies and some kind of support for machinery should be given with the banks, at least for the garment industry all over the India, the interest rate, especially for the garment industry, because it's such a labor incentive thing that, the rate of borrowing should be looked into, because today internationally the rates, whether, okay, we are not able to give Bangladesh enjoys the duty advantage over India. But today we want to export from India, then at least the rate of interest should be, something which one can be discussed and help the entrepreneurs or the industry that yes, they should be able to export. Somewhere or the other, the government should be helping us. Somewhere the cost should come down that we are able to export at a very right price. And India today, technical textiles, China, people are not, I mean, I know my buyers are getting back to us after the pandemic right now, but they are talking about prices. We have to be competitive with China. We have to be competitive with Bangladesh as well for technical textiles today. So the rate of interest for manufacturing, some support has to be there.
No, I appreciate your concern. We also keep harping, but you know that the interest rate is not only specific to the one industry. So we keep pleading the same thing to our finance ministry, RBI and all. Let's hope things will improve on that front also. So we have taken note of that, and we know that the high interest rate and real exchange rate, these are the two issues also in which hurts exports from India. So thank you very much. We will take note of that and try to do something more on that.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you,
I
Shekhar.
will send it to the ICC Chamber of Commerce. I'll write my, whatever suggestions we have, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. The last question from Mr. Vimal Jain, Fabrics. Vimal, can we have you here?
Yeah. It's audible, sir?
Yes,
You are audible.
Yes, you are.
Hello. Is it audible?
Please go ahead.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you are.
Hello, it is audible?
Yes,
Yes,
we can hear you.
I think that.
Hello, is it audible?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Please go ahead.
I think there is some technical issue at his
I think he is not able to hear us. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have been, given to understand from the Honorable Textile Secretary's office that he probably will not be able to join because he got stuck up in a meeting with the minister. So may I now request
Hello.
Mr. Vikash Agarwal, President ICC, to kindly deliver the vote of thanks. We have Dr. Rajiv Singh, Director General ICC here. Sir, a few words from your end, sir.
No, I think I can only thank, and I think there are some thoughts, but we will have to get into specifics. Like there was a reference to tough scheme. Now we have to get back to the ministry with specific ideas. What do we want and how do we want this to work? And I think specific and procedural issues can definitely be addressed in short term. And for rest of the things, we have to take a long-term view. So I think I would request President to please share his thoughts and also close.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you very much for sharing your in-depth knowledge on the subject. And we are sure the slew of measures announced by the government will surely help textile players to stay ahead of the curve. And I'm sure with the proactive stance of the government, all the queries addressed by our members on GST, turf, or the accelerated cost of the integrated textile park will be soon addressed by the government. Sir, from Indian Chamber of Commerce, we can only assure our commitment to support industry and the investment in the state. And we'll look forward to your continued support and guidance, sir. So with these words, thank you so much again for your valuable time. And we look forward to have an interactive session soon again, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Singh.
Thank you to
and,
all the
thank
participants.
you all. Thank you, sirs, for kindly joining. And we formally close the session here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.